welcome to this week's Generation I podcast. Your hosts, me, Victor Martinez, along with Ehsan Farahi, Vlad Yudin, and Edwin Mejia. Welcome. Going to start off, question of the week?
It's Thanksgiving question of the week.
Thanksgiving,
big week. Obviously, we have
we get to eat
a lot of food coming, and also, more importantly, big sales. So this week here at Generation 9, for those of you who are continuing to listen in, our big followers, we're offering, I think it's like $30 off of each bag here at Generation Iron to show you guys.
King Kong bags.
These bags are the duffel bags, high quality bags, $30 off. Make sure you guys check these out. There's also a duffel bag, backpack, and the crossover bags. All of them on sale at GenerationIron.com. Check them out.
It's KNKG.com. We're going to put up a link right here.
Yeah, put up the link, guys, and remember, don't contact me trying to get a free bag just because I'm here part of Generation 9, okay? Don't contact me for that, all right? Use the code, all right?
Contact me. I send you the link.
What is your best part about Thanksgiving, Vic? Is it food,
the best
family?
part about it, damn. I have to say just the food, and I guess, partaking with family and those that you really love because, back in the days, we used to use that as a reason to party. But in reality, it should always be about family, and started doing that again. And that's the best part about Thanksgiving.
And you know how we always talk about people get depressed around the holidays specifically, right? That's why it's always checking on your friends and your relatives.
Invite someone.
During holidays.
Don't assume they have somewhere to go. Exactly. Don't assume they're doing something just out of the blue. Do that just one out of the freaking left field invitation.
There you go.
You never know. You could be really, really uplifting somebody's spirit, man.
Do you know we have some people in Iran and make a Thanksgiving party?
A lot of people do. A lot of people. It's not just Americans. It's not just Americans because
people copy America. That's why.
Well, it's not really copying. It's just that one day that you just say, you know what? Let's do this. You know, you got the Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving. It's just
Friendsgiving is better.
Yeah, so let's get together, man.
In Iran, they do that, you're saying?
Yeah, in Iran.
I believe it. I mean, in the Dominican Republic, they do it too. And there's no
party. No, the DR is part of the America.
Well, I mean, there's no pilgrims that landed. There's no pilgrims that landed in the DR. You know what I'm saying?
Even in Canada, they don't do Canada Thanksgiving either. It's like they don't celebrate American holidays there in Canada. I mean, some do, obviously.
They're doing it, man. They're doing
some
it.
do.
No, they have their own Thanksgiving in Canada.
They have
their own Thanksgiving.
Half of Canada looks like freaking America, so please, they're doing it.
We got the two questions of the day today, Ed. You wanna let Vic?
So we got two questions that come in, and a shout out again to Dal Moods. Dal Moods has been a biggest supporter here. You guys need to check out their products, their RTD drinks. Not only do they have great taste, great flavor, they don't give you any jitters, any of those crazy jitters, or any of those that crash that you get afterwards. Highly recommend. Dial your mood up with Dal Moods. Now, the questions come to us from Shane Draper 3588. So the question is, Victor, how do you keep your blood pressure in check while on test?
How do I do it while on test? Well, the test sometimes might elevate it, but in reality, to keep it in check is to keep checking it. Yeah. Keep checking it.
Wow, what an answer.
No. It's just listen, guys. All seriousness, man. Right now it's really 120 over 80. I mean, I keep it pretty good. At the end of the day, I really don't suffer from high blood pressure.
Vic, I think he's asking for advice. How to
No, I'm just telling you what I go through, I go to the, CVS, they have those, you just slip it right in there, you check it yourself.
Buy a
low sodium, I don't really eat high sodium.
Oh, no.
So high sodium, if you like salt, high sodium is one of the things too. I don't tend to hold a lot of water. There's some people that do tend to hold a lot of water and they eat high sodium food. That will raise the high blood pressure. The cardio.
The cardio help a lot to reduce the blood pressure.
Yes, not eating, saturated fats.
no processed foods, right?
Processed food. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't do, so I keep it in check because I eat so simple. So that's one thing I don't really have to stress out, and also stress.
Yeah,
Don't stress out. Keep that stress low. That also keeps your blood pressure in check. So using the test, again, depending how much you're using, can do elevated. So if you're just doing a simple TRT cycle, again, you're being watched by a doctor, being monitored. Whenever you can, or you feel any, anything crazy, head rush, just check yourself again. Stop by the doctors. I mean, there's so many. I think there's apps now. There's apps.
If
Apple
blood
Watch.
pressure is up, you have to check basically every day, every morning.
Before you go into a doctor and he prescribes some blood pressure medication, because once you're on those, they keep telling me once you're on and you can't get off.
Yeah, it's very
Takes a
hard to get
while.
off. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Try the niacin, the CoQ10. I mean, you can do that while it's not as bad. So that's one way to be ahead of the game before it actually gets bad. And obviously training, man.
Two things really, really help.
Cut the salt.
Cut the salt and walking.
The easiest, simplest exercise.
Exercise,
walking.
yes. Some people take this testosterone and then not working out, You go to the gym,
I know,
man.
2 minutes, check the font.
For them to be taking anything and not really having the exercise output while you're doing it, you're doing yourself why bother, a disservice to yourself.
Dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous.
Okay, second question, Ed.
So the second question comes to us from Cameron Hussein 578. You're this week's winner as well. Thank you guys for submitting these questions. So the question is, guys, what would the Olympians, Vic, be taking, and is it graded for poor quality to high grade? Because most of them have their hair intact, which is quite good considering one of the side effects is losing your hair.
A lot of it is genetics. Whether you're juicing, it'll speed it up. A lot of it is genetics, But obviously, as far as quality that the bodybuilders do use, remember, we're not using bathtub stuff. A lot of guys want to juice, so they just try to find a deal. When you find that deal, obviously you're going to be using, something that might aromatize a little bit faster, So if I were you and it's basically in your family to losing hair, I would suggest using low estrogen, conversion tests, I mean, the enanthates, it could be a cyprinate, fast acting, it could be suspension, Suspension, I will have to say, is probably one of the fastest ones you can use to lose your hair because it's such a fast acting testosterone. There's things you can use to, prevent it, like Propecia, other supplements you can use, what they have now. They have the stem cells. So it's really a tug of war, You can do a few things that will slow down the process. Again, if it is genetic, man, it's just going to happen, man. So remember, go to Turkey, get an air plug. I don't know.
I was talking to Zach Khan. You guys know a bodybuilder, Zach Khan from UK?
Zach Khan from UK, man. What's up, bro?
And he was telling me it's a big problem right now. People selling fake gear or really low quality gear. You start taking it, you don't see the same results, and people getting like it's a
you
rampant
get the boils. You get the boils, like because basically they're dirty. Yeah. They do them in a dirty place. So you're gonna have some bacterias, and a lot of it you'll see. You're gonna start getting redness, and obviously, sores.
Lead. It has a lot of.
And you don't get the positive result. He was telling me he was taking something, and he wasn't getting the results that he normally would get.
So just know when you pay, a low price and everybody's getting it and nobody's getting big, that's basically one way to find out.
Sometimes they expect more. I mean, the price is not necessarily. It could be original or clean, Sometimes they bring the price up to say, oh, this is the original one. That's why the price is up. And then
usually somebody wants to use it and they just go to a website. And that's a high risk.
The best way, you have to know the person you get it.
Yeah, you got to know your source.
If you don't know the person, don't touch it. It's not worth it.
Or just go to your TRT, get a trusted doctor. Remember, if you're getting it directly from the doctor, you know exactly your source, and you don't really have to second guess. If you're doing it black market, in the freaking alleyway somewhere behind the gym, you're taking a risk, man. I don't think
Big
it's even
risk.
worth it. A
Is
big
it worth
risk
the
for
risk?
something that, for $50.
You don't know. It's something you don't know about.
Is it worth the risk, Vic?
Yeah, so ask yourself that question before you get yourself into a jam,
Right.
Well, good answers, Vic.
Well,
Yeah,
good answers,
I mean,
and
again.
that answers the questions. Those are your two winners this week. Shout out to you guys for submitting your questions. You get a chance of getting your questions selected by Vic, and you are two winners this week.
This is obviously a Thanksgiving special episode, so we're going to talk about nutritional effect. We'll get a lot of questions actually about nutrition, the do's and the don'ts. But before we talk about this, there was a story kind of went under the radar a little bit. You guys know Jeff Seid, right? A very famous men's physique competitor. He recently, a few weeks ago, won a natural Mr. Olympia competition, men's physique. And he's kind of been a little bit quiet on social media, I would say, but then suddenly he comes in and wins this competition in Vegas. And now, kind of back in the spotlight in a way, you know what I mean? Did you know about this story, and what do you guys think of his physique and what he brought to the natural Olympia?
I didn't know about this story, but when I did see that they posted him and competing, he looked nothing like the first kid I saw years back.
He looks more grown up, right?
He looked natural. He looked natural, not in a bad way. He looked natural, but definitely he didn't have the muscle pop, crazy. And I'm glad he went natural because he has a lot of followers, and I think it sets precedence to a lot of these kids that want to juice just because.
Is he really natural?
I mean,
was he unnatural before?
Compared to how I seen him before, that I know for a fact he was using, and the way I saw him there, it's kind of like, he looked.
Because once you dip into PEDs, are you ever natural after that?
I think 5 years is supposed to make you natural.
I think the natural Olympia requires to be, 7 years natural to
7 years. Yeah, I
think
so.
so.
7 years. Yeah. Depends after what drug you use. Each drug has a limit time inside the body. For example, if you take a Nandrolone 1 milligram, 3-4 years to take after your body.
Wow.
3 to 4 years. But
how can they even test for that?
Most testosterone, it's like 6 months to 8 months.
Which they can't. That's what I'm saying.
It's difficult, yeah.
It's expensive to check,
They're very expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive to check. So I don't know. I know they did before. It used to be a polygraph test. I don't know. I don't know how that thing works.
No, the PNBA, which is the league that runs the Natural Olympia, they do have WADA that does drug testing, and I know that's not cheap, but they do that testing, and now maybe Jeff waited 7 years to compete.
I didn't know he was unnatural before.
WADA is very legit, actually.
I don't know. He looked crazy before, and from what I seen him when he first came out, it was so long ago. I didn't even think the kid was around. I knew he was around, but for him to come back and compete and win, I think that's great.
Yeah, and we know the organization very well. We know the family that runs the organization, the PNBA, NBA, and Jeff coming back to compete in that organization puts a big spotlight, I think, on that organization. So I feel like it's a great move for both of them.
Yeah, I agree. I shout out Generation 9-4, Natty for Life. We documented
we covered them,
Not documented the INBA, PNBA, obviously documented the Natural Olympia that year. So you guys check that out. It's on Prime. But more importantly, I think that Jeff does bring a lot of awareness. He brings a new spotlight to the natural bodybuilding federations out there.
Because he's a big name, really big name.
He's a big name, and people are going to hate on him because I've seen the comments. But
what they say?
They're saying he's not natty, he's not natural. Well, if he's not natural.
Listen, that's actually a good compliment.
Right.
You are natural, and they say you're not natural.
Right.
That's probably the best compliment.
Yeah, that's why that's cool.
There's guys out there that claim they're natural. You see these young LA stars that they look like they're on a lot of juice. Some of them claiming they're natural. so it's whatever floats your boat, right?
Always say natural horse. Natural horses
This
exist.
concept of natural or not, oh my God. Every single one.
When we play that game, Natty or Not game,
I think we should bring it back.
we should bring it back for the new year.
They're gonna start retaliating after this. Really? It's cool. I think we should ask them first. and then bring him.
I'm actually having an interview with him. I'm going to interview him. Jeff Seid, yeah, I'm gonna ask him.
Ask him how much take testosterone for this show.
Yeah. First you ask them, they tell you the answer, and then we'll bring it on and be like, natty or not. That way they know what the answer we got from them, and that way we let the audience decide.
All right.
Okay.
So Thanksgiving special. So today we're going to cover a lot of nutritional details, questions that we get emails about all the time, and I guess Vic, you can chime in on those things.
Vic, what is the worst meal you could have on Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah, what is the
The
worst?
worst meal you can have?
Potato salad, you already said it.
Boar's head.
An actual boar.
Boar's head products, with freaking hysteria, whatever.
Oh my God, people die from that.
Hysteria, what is that?
Yeah.
Hysteria, yeah, you go crazy too.
The boar's head, the skin, right?
Yeah.
Anything
Boar's head.
cold
That is
cuts,
the worst thing you
people
can
don't
eat
realize
right now.
anything cold cuts related is so processed and it's so not good for you.
That's one of the questions actually today. Is any deli meats good to eat? Salami?
Only if you're a teenager,
Turkey.
man. If you're a teenager, you're eating deli meat, you're surviving, you're in college, we understand, But they do have nitrates. They have a lot of nasty in there,
Pastrami?
Pastrami, I used to eat a lot of pastrami.
When you last time you had it? When you last time you
My
had
defense, I was only 20 years old.
So if you go to Cat's Deli, for example, a staple in New York City, you wouldn't
That's why I
recommend.
was buying it. Yep, Cat's Deli.
So you wouldn't go
man.
there these days. You would not
These
go there.
days, no, I would not eat.
You go there, you eat one of those sandwiches, you won't eat,
Heartburn,
you
man.
won't eat for another 3 days.
Oh man.
But those sandwiches are amazing.
They're huge.
I remember
man.
them. They're amazing. I love Cat's Deli. It's a staple in New York. However, those pastrami sandwiches are not going to digest well.
So even roast beef not good.
Roast beef, I used to eat. Man, I can't believe I used to eat those things, man. Roast
But
beef,
if you think about roast
pastrami.
beef,
So
it's
which
all-
one is
all-
better? The pizza or like
Pizza,
salami?
man. Pizza, come on.
He
man.
loves
That's
pizza,
not a
that's what he's
question,
saying.
Man.
That's why he just
I'm
loves pizza.
biased on that one, man.
Pizza
I live
Hut.
on pizza. I can actually eat pizza every day.
So
and it'd be
pepperoni,
fine,
smoked turkey, no good either.
Smoked turkey,
Turkey's better than anything else, but I think it's still anything processed like
Pepperoni.
that.
I think the concept of the salami is bad, The concept of the salami is not good.
Prosciutto, how about that?
Prosciutto is always good, man. Especially a good quality, man, from Whole Foods or your butcher.
But the question is,
Delicious,
so
man.
don't eat that, right? You're saying don't eat that.
Put it like
He
this.
just salivated over it. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, you know what? It's one day, man. You're gonna partake. I mean, just eat it, enjoy it. It's just, I think you should just pace yourself. I don't understand how some people eat themselves to like a stupid, where they just can't like all this.
Yeah.
Just pace yourself, man. Hang out, have some conversation, have a couple of drinks, eat a little bit again.
The Thanksgiving party, the problem is too many food, so much food.
Yeah.
Too much.
Too much.
Yeah. And there's always that nasty
And
one somebody
always end
brings.
of the night, and then on tomorrow, put a lot of food in the garbage.
Yeah.
And because it's
Not in
food
my
on the
mother.
table, you have to eat.
Not in my sister's house, man. There's no leftovers. There's never any leftovers in my sister's house. Never, ever.
You have enough hungry people.
There's never a leftover. I don't know why, man, but it's I
That's
dream
actually
of
very nice.
Yeah.
No leftover.
never.
All right, how about this, Vic? Some people are asking, what's better to eat in the morning or just in general, oatmeal or cream of rice?
I would say if I
healthier?
wanted to break down slower, I like the oatmeal because it stings my hunger, But the cream of rice, man,
Delicious.
man, for a pre-workout, cream of rice is right on.
Yes, they give you pump.
Yeah, get a
And it's
nice
healthy.
pump.
Is it healthy, cream of rice?
Yeah.
Yeah, add a little salt to it, I know it's wheat, I remember, growing up, I swear I ate it for like 15 years of my life.
I eat
The farina.
Arash Rabar method. So Arash Rabar added a chicken with the two
Cream of rice?
and mix it together,
Oh, wow.
and then they
And
cooked.
drank it?
And then they cooked.
Oh, okay.
It's delicious.
A little salt, a little butter,
Yes.
put it right in there. Do it with milk, not water. I do it with water now. But with milk, man, there's no turning back.
Yeah. But if you want to bring your weight down, the
Don't eat it.
oatmeal.
Oatmeal's better than
Yeah, oatmeal.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's got better fiber in it too.
Yeah, they have a lot of fiber, and then long time you feel.
Yeah, it
full.
breaks down. You're gonna have the energy way longer with the oatmeal.
At least 5-6 hours, you feel full.
Is there such thing as a healthy morning cereal? Because cereal is big in American culture, right? People eat cereal in the
Fruit
morning
Loops,
with milk.
my go-to.
I used to love.
It's the
No,
healthiest
no,
cereal
not
there
Fruit
is.
Loops, man. Come on, man.
So
Fruit Loops.
is there such thing as a healthy morning cereal?
I used to taste the cavity as soon as I bit into the Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops
man.
is the worst cereal you
I
could
think
possibly
Basic
have.
4
I'm not
was my
endorsing
favorite.
Fruit Loops.
Basic 4.
Basic 4. It was
heard
supposed
of
to
it.
be healthier, but it's not really. It's just
It's like Kellogg's wheat or something like that.
Basic 4, man. It's like a nut cluster. It's like
Oh
real
yes,
good.
yes. Okay, no,
Yeah,
is cereal
it's really good.
is cereal processed food? Because if you look at the box of cereal and
Man,
ingredients,
they
it's
got
like a million
ingredients that
ingredients.
you can't even mention. Of course.
Right. It's just processed food.
Totally,
basically.
totally. Yeah. Unless you buy it in Trader Joe's, I don't know, man. You won't see any Fruit Loops
Worst
there, man.
place.
How about a topic leading into bananas? Is bananas a healthy source of potassium, or is it a sugar trap? What do you think?
It's a good source, but obviously you don't eat 10 bananas, you're going to get a stomach ache. And obviously to get potassium, the supplement is better,
Yes.
but it does have the sugar,
A lot of sugar bananas.
A lot
right?
of sugar.
I mean,
It's good for shakes,
for shakes, early part of the day, if you're not diabetic, banana's great, man. It actually quenches your hunger, like it satisfies you too. So bananas, you get the basic 4, cut the bananas over it. Extra raisins.
The question is,
big bowl of cereal, like giant.
if you're on a diet, are you taking the banana?
I'm
That's a
on
good
a
question.
diet. I usually, most of the time, didn't, but I always did carry a banana if I was gonna do at least a little insulin.
What type
I
of
don't do
food?
anymore.
What type of fruit you have on your diet?
My diet fruit?
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite fruit, I would have to say blueberries.
Yes.
Blueberries were
Strawberry,
probably my
blueberry.
favorite. Blueberries, blackberries, those were my favorite.
It's actually
Berries is the best.
Yeah.
this is a good question because a lot of people in bodybuilding they say don't eat fruit because there's a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah, berries.
Yeah,
Berries. You
yeah.
can have berries.
I mean, you can have, again, just a small amount. And again, you're doing it in the earlier part of the day, especially if you're doing crazy cardio, on an empty stomach. I think it's a nice boost of energy, And again, if you eat a banana, it's not really going to kill you. It's not going to, set you back, But if you're eating it all day, then that's where it throws the wrench into the process.
Because people are saying basically if you're eating fruit, you're just eating a lot of carbs with sugar in it. That's what I heard.
But you weigh it out, you balance it, You eat that, you're eating the carbs, you're eating the sugar. Obviously, you're not gonna do it again for meal 2, And if you're training hard, and I mean, not if you're doing bikini,
Because George Farah is big. He's a big advocate for eating fruit for vitamin purposes.
Eat the whole fruit, not the fruit juice.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what he's saying.
Farah, yeah, eat the whole fruit. That's it, man. But there's so many great fruits, man. You have the pomegranates. It's great antioxidants. I mean, you got to know where you get your fruits, though, because not all supermarkets make great fruits,
Yes.
or sell them. But, I don't know, like BJ's, the worst fruits.
BJ's.
Yeah. No, I like my Whole Foods, man.
So let me ask you a question, Vic. Past 40 plus, when you're considering to put on muscle mass, do you consider? I mean, obviously, people say, "Yeah, let me go on PEDs," but to do it a natural way, what would be the best way to put on muscle mass? Past
Muscle
40?
mass is high caloric intake.
High caloric intake, but like quality proteins. I'm assuming.
Yes, quality protein,
carbs.
whole foods, nothing processed, because you want quality. Obviously,
Right.
you're training natural, so you don't want to do it with high sodium, high processed
Or
food.
sugar, yeah.
Or high sugars, You really, want to watch everything you eat. I mean, I just don't understand how people are going to go natural and eat crappy food.
Right.
It's like you're going to go natural, like go and eat the best fuel you can get.
How many times a day? Let's say 6 feet tall, 200 pounds.
Oh, man, you're looking at least 5 meals.
5 meals a day.
Yeah, at least. Minimum, at least. If you're trying to put on weight, you
I'm
definitely
talking about
have to.
clean muscle mass.
You have to.
5 to 6.
5 meals. You got to eat more because now you have to sustain it, and you're not juicy. You're not getting the extra help, to transport the extra protein that you might need to grow. So now you really have to put it in, and that's through calories.
Wow. It's a lot of meals for a person that age. I
Yeah,
think,
and then the meats you got to eat, man, that's a lot of food, man. It's a lot of
And
food.
carbs for bringing your weight up.
Carbs,
Carbs and protein together when you eat, it's too filling. It's very hard to eat in 5 times or 6 times because of too filling.
Right. What food should you not eat if you want to stay fit? I mean, I've seen. You guys ever seen?
One of the questions, bread is safe.
Bread. Stay away from bread.
Bread full of freaking it just destroys your entire
Anything
midsection.
has a flour on it.
Flour
Don't touch
causes inflammation.
How about dairy?
it.
Dairy, you can use
It's
some
not
of
that
it.
bad.
Like cheese.
It's not that bad like
And
bread.
it's all the
Bread
amount.
is even worse.
The amount. Yeah, the amount. That's it.
Yeah, you've seen these like I'm sure you guys seen these commercials or these social media posts by Brian Johnson, the multimillionaire that's reversing his age, and he goes into how he was a Mormon. He's from Utah. He used to be a Mormon, and he's like pretty much goes in and destroys the people that created Crumble. The donut company. There's a new company out there that's creating donuts.
It's bad.
And each donut has like 80 grams of sugar.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Dough Donuts, New York City, man. Dough
He's
Donuts.
saying how they're a criminal organization that basically they created this box like bringing families and friends together.
What do you think? They're owned
Over
by
donuts.
cartels or something? Criminal organization.
And he's basically saying that they're killing.
Cartel
They're
owns
essentially
Crumble.
killing families.
It's bad though. It's
But
the
you're
sugar
right.
addiction.
It's sugar and bread, right?
I mean, you got to remember when somebody does a product at the end of the day, and they just come up with a new company and call it Mickey Mouse cookies or whatever, or Crumble. You're pretty much just feeding, people from the United States what they're addicted to, and it's sugar.
Yeah.
It's sugar. Try to do this in Europe, they won't let it slide.
You
Well, that's
can
the
burn
best, yeah.
anything except sugar.
Right.
Sugar,
You cannot
sugar.
do anything
You
inside.
do anything sugar,
Right.
it's gonna sell.
The argument is that there's other companies out there that are also doing the same thing. That are just adding so much sugar and to their ingredients, but they have their own issues, and other companies do the same thing. So what's the in other words, like you can't blame companies for doing that, but I think there is some sort of social responsibility that should. This
I mean, you
company
want to
should
blame,
have.
you always look for someone to blame. I remember I used to blame Cypress Hills for making me smoke. It's like you always try to divert and blame them, but in reality, it's you, man. You make the choice, make the right choice. You know what's not good for you. You know what's gonna, destroy your body composition. I don't know, maybe bring out that freaking diabetes that is naturally gonna come out in your body, bring it out sooner than later. So it's really the choice, And this country has always been sugar. We are sugar addicts.
Which one is worse, sugar or corn syrup?
Still sugar in it, right?
Man, it's still sugar, man.
Corn syrup is not sugar.
Corn syrup is high.
There's sugar in it,
No, sugar is not corn syrup.
Corn syrup is pretty bad.
Corn syrup
It's pretty
sugar
bad.
comes from this corn.
Process, yeah.
Sugars on the
Derived from the corn,
is
yeah.
the most much
high.
worse than the sugar.
High fructose.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
Yes.
pretty-
Corn syrup is much worse than the sugar.
I don't know. So which is worse? You got sugar, you got corn sugar, or alcohol sugar?
Alcohol sugar bad too. Yes.
But-
Alcohol
burning
sugar, all the
faster,
protein
though,
bars
man.
have alcohol sugar in it.
What that?
I know.
All the protein bars put alcohol
They
sugar
put
in it.
alcohol sugar without the buzz. How dare them? What's
right?
wrong with them, man?
98% of product in supermarket in the United States has this corn syrup. 98%
Because it's cheap.
because it's cheap. Sugar is very expensive compared to corn syrup.
Right.
So basically, they
just found a hack to, process the corn, get that sugar, and sweeten up everything else, and we get stuck with the
and
fucking
we have
repercussions
corn. We
of it.
have corn in this country more than anything.
I know.
A lot of corn.
Corn
Corn is a
used-
very cheap product to produce. It's a very cheap product to import.
You guys like corn? I hate freaking corn.
So I mean,
bro.
well, your country exports the most amount of it. Dominican Republic.
No, that's why we sell it outside the country, man. We sell that.
I mean,
We
DR
get
is,
that out of there, bro.
DR is one of the biggest
You don't
exporters of
have
sugar
a corny
cane.
bro.
Sugar and corn.
There's no benefits in corn, right? It doesn't even digest in your stomach, right?
It's just freaking. I don't like it. I don't like anything about corn, man.
They have carbs on it.
The corn is one of the worst. I mean, honestly, that you can't process. Your body cannot process corn.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't
impossible.
It's
digest.
very hard to process.
So it cannot really process it. You basically end
It'll
up.
only be good for the apocalypse. That's about it,
Right.
man. But people do love their freaking corn, man.
I do like Peruvian corn.
Corn cereal,
corn syrup.
everywhere. It's everywhere. All right. So before we wrap this up, any final advice for people that are going to be celebrating Thanksgiving and eating a lot of food?
Just celebrate with those you love, man. Celebrate with those you trust. Do not waste your time with anyone else that is not worth your time. And pace your food. Pace your food eat right, get a little holiday workout, and use that long weekend to really, really spend time with your family that we take for granted all year round, man. It's just...
Do you work out on Thanksgiving Day?
Of course.
Yes.
Is
Thanksgiving Day
Oh.
before, early morning. I think they start closing the gyms around 2.
Oh, I was about to say Vic has that secret gym somewhere. Well,
I always find a gym.
I
Man.
know
It's
Sauna
always a
has his
gym,
gym
man.
here, of course, but
always a
you know,
gym, man.
we'll be in here working
Of course,
out.
man. Of course.
I approach my clients for Thanksgiving the day after, for Thanksgiving, at least 12 hours fasting.
Before?
Yeah, enjoy your time, enjoy
That's good.
your day.
That's good.
Enjoy your moment, your food. Don't worry about anything, but tomorrow you have to contact. For example, if you last time you eat like a 12 in the night or 11 in the night, the next time you're allowed to eat 11 morning or 12 noon, the day after.
No.
So wake
Always.
up, do cardio, drink coffee, drink water, but don't eat
Yes.
until 12 hours. Or the best way
That's
is
easy.
16
That's not
hours.
difficult at all. That's
Yeah,
easy.
the best way is 16 hours. 16
Yeah.
hours, don't eat, just food.
That's totally doable.
But enjoy your food and the Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Some people say, oh, should I eat it? Or little bit. And end of the night, you're not enjoying because you're always measuring this much, too much, this much is less.
Listen, I believe in these few workouts, you know. Before Thanksgiving, you must work out so you can eat more and enjoy your food. On New Year's Eve,
Yes,
work out. It's the last workout of the year, you know. And on your birthday, you made it another year. You should treat yourself with a little workout. All right, guys. Thank you for
Thanksgiving.
joining us. Have a happy Thanksgiving from us to you, the Generation Iron family. And please remember to follow us, like, comment. And if you want to see any of our prior podcast episodes, tune into iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Till next time, guys.
Hey, yo, listen up, man. Milk is for baby. Beef built muscle. You hear me? Yeah, I said it. Beef built muscle. California Nation, baby. RTDs, baby. On the go. Let's get it. Milk is for babies. Beef it up with California RTDs. 40 grams of protein, 0 fat, 0 sugar, 0 lactose. Get yours today.